So in the last tutorials we have actually seen how to install WordPress onto your web page, and now before we actually go into building web page, let's take a quick look of what WordPress is. Like I said before, there's two bits. There is the front end and the back end, and anytime a person types in your URL, this is the front end, this is the page they will be presented with. Now anyone who knows URL of your web page can access this page, and they can find all the information here. This is basically where your web page is located. If we go to the backend, or something that's called a dashboard, you will be presented with something that looks like this. Now we've seen this before, so basically this is where all the changes are made, and only the people who have the admin rights can access this page. Like I've said, you'll find a lot of tools that you can use to post new messages, to send new messages, to actually insert medias, pages, comments, and work with the appearance and plugins, users, and everything else. So before we actually go into building the web page, let's have a look what's basically here. So I'm going to be working with the back end, so this is the admin side, also called the dashboard. Alright, and basically this is the first page in the back end, which is the dashboard. You'll find it right here, and here you'll find some information about WordPress. And the good thing with WordPress 4 is that once you have read something and you think that that particular, say, box is not that important to you, you can just click here and dismiss this. If I hit on dismiss, all of these messages will actually disappear, but I think it's actually good to have those little links here, so I can go and easily add some blogs or pages and view the site as well. Right at the top we'll find the WordPress toolbar, so we can actually see here that we have a few informations about WordPress. So we can go to about WordPress, wordpress.org, documentation, support forms, and feedback. The next one, we have a little house and WordPress tutorial. So this is the name of the site that I'm currently building, and if I was to hit on visit site, I would actually get what the web page looks like at the moment. There's nothing yet here, it just says hello world, and this is something that we'll be actually working on. So this is basically the front end, what the users sees. Alright, let's go back. After that we'll have a plugins, so you can see that anytime you actually have any new updates, you will get this orange circle and with the number of updates in it. So currently I have one in plugins, and that's something that we are going to have a look at a bit later. Here you have the messages, so any messages that are waiting comments that have been sent to you will be shown here, and in the new drop down menu you can actually go and insert some new posts, some media pages, and users. So basically this is a quick way of adding new stuff. Alright, in the dashboard we have, like I already said, some information about the WordPress. Moving down you have at glance, so this is basically a quick summary of what's going on with your page. So you have one post, one comment, and only one page at a time. Alright, you can also find some information here. So we are currently running WordPress 4.0.1, and this is the theme that we are actually using right now, and our web page has been actually search engine discouraged. Okay, so this is something that we actually did when we you remember when we actually installing the WordPress, and we decided to uncheck that last checkbox. So we are going to change this once our page has actually been finished. Alright, moving a bit down, we'll find some activity, and also with all of these boxes you can actually minimize them like so, and maximize them where you can actually find all the information. And later when you have a lot of these boxes, it's a good thing because you can actually save some space and read only the important stuff that's available right there. Okay, so there's some activities box here, so you'll find some comments, and this is just an example. So anytime you get a comment you will get something like this, and you can actually approve, you can reply, edit, spam, or make this a trash by deleting it. And here you'll find the information of the pending, approved, spam, and trash messages. On the right hand side you'll find some quick draft, so here you will make some sort of a blog, and this is the easiest way to make a blog. You would just type in the title and you would type in some information here, and you would hit on save draft. Down the bottom you'll find some news from the WordPress, so basically this is all the updates and what's really happening with the WordPress at the moment. So the latest news that I've got at the moment is from the November 20th, and it's actually saying that WordPress 4.0.1 security release. You can have you can always read this, and you'll find some other information here, some links to the recent activities. All right, moving up to the top. In the upper right corner we'll find the message. So this is basically the username. So my username for my admin is WordPress. I can go ahead and I can edit my profile, and I can actually log out. Also, I can insert a photo here if I wanted to. Going into edit my profile, you'll find a lot of options here that you can actually work with. The only thing you cannot change is the username, so whatever you typed during the installation is how you'll be known inside the WordPress webpage. You can actually type in your first name, your last name, you can type in the nickname, and the display name to the public. So if for example I entered a different name here, if I for example entered admin, when I go to this drop down menu I would actually get WordPress and admin options. Alright, this is some basic information, some biographical info about yourself. You can enter new passwords here, and you can update the profile by clicking on update profile. Alright, going back to the dashboard, the options just below the admin, I'll usually call this the admin option, where you can actually log out and edit the profile and everything else. So the other two options here is the help option all the way to the right. You'll get some help information about navigation, layout, content and everything else here. And to actually get rid of it, you can just hit on help and that will actually collapse it. Also, there's the screen option, and this is something that we'll go into a bit more details when we actually get to this. This is basically what's actually shown on the dashboard screen. So at glance, so that's this bit here, there's the activity, quick draft, news and the welcome message. So if, for example, if I was to get rid of, for example, quick draft, you can see that it's gone straight away, and I can click on it again and it comes back. So this option here will actually allow you to see what's available within the dashboard. Okay, moving all the way to the left, under the dashboard we have home and updates. Then we have the posts, where you can actually work with the posts that are currently on your web page. There's the media, pages, where you want to insert a new page or actually view all the pages, all the comments, the appearance, where you will actually go and change the theme. You can do a lot of customizations. Widgets, now widgets is something that's been changed to WordPress 4. There's also menus, headers, backgrounds and editor. Plugins, installed plugin, new plugin and editor. For the editor, when you want to edit actual plugin, you would need to have some knowledge of the programming language such as PHP or HTML or any other programming language. Also, there's the users, where you can actually view all the users, you can add new users, and you can also view your profile, which is also available under the here, okay, the main admin menu. There are tools, where you can have a look at all the tools available. You can import and export tools. There are some general settings, general writing settings, reading discussions, media and permalinks. And then you can hit on the last option here, which will actually get rid of that wide menu. And if you know what you're looking for, so if you know all the icons, you can keep it as it is, and you will get a bit more room to work with. Okay, but I would strongly suggest for the beginning that you actually leave this menu as it is, so you can actually have a look at all of the available menus, all the available options here. And in the next tutorial we'll actually start looking at all of these options, and we'll see how we can actually go about building our web page. Alright, so a quick recap. There are two parts of the web page using the WordPress 4 or WordPress in general. There is the front end. This is something that the user sees once they actually type in your URL, the URL of the website. And this is basically your web page. This is what you're presenting to the world, and going to the back end, this is where all the stuff happens. So this is where you actually edit some information, where you add and remove all the images, all the media, pages, comments, appearance. You can change the appearance and other settings in here. Okay, so in the next tutorials we'll have a look at first of all how to set up some of the settings, and then we'll have a look how to add new posts, how to add some new media. There's been changes when it comes to media as to video links, so basically you can insert a video into your page. Before, with WordPress 3.9, you had to actually just insert a link, and then, for example, YouTube, it will open a new window and link in the YouTube video. However, now you can actually embed this video straight onto your web page and you can play it from there. Okay, so there's a lot to cover, and let's get started.